Hi guys, only me here. This video is a bit different this week. We're going to do a video that is from the produce we get from the allotment and what we do with it basically. I thought I'd do it something a bit different just because it is a bit wet outside and it's a bit rubbish. So I hope you like this video. If any of you give it a go, please let me know what it's like and what you think. We really love it and it's good for, we're going to use butternut squash this week. But we'll use it for our pumpkins as well, and it's great to freeze and things like that. So I hope you enjoy. Cheers guys. Okay guys, for this we're going to need some butternut squash. We've got two here, which is about 1 kilogram. Got 2 cloves of garlic, 1 onion, some coriander, some cumin, some paprika, some ginger and some turmeric, 2 stock cubes, some pepper, salt and some cooking oil. First thing you're going to do is peel the butternut squash. You can leave the skins on if you want, but we prefer them without it. Once that's done, chop them up. Be careful with the knife, as you can see I need a sharper knife here. So just cut them in half. Watch your fingers guys. Okay, we want to de-seed them, so just using a spoon, just scoop out all the rubbish bits and the seeds. Now, if you've got a non-F1 variety, you can keep the seeds and use them to grow your butternut squash for next year. But I think we're going to have a look at a different variety for next year and sourcing some other seeds. But if you just scoop out all the seeds and all the gubbins, it can be a little bit tricky. Now this soup's great for the winter guys, it freezes really well and it's just fantastic. So again, on all the halves, or just scoop it all out. Once you've done that, put them to one side. And we're going to use the onion now, so we need to, it's 1 onion, 1 large onion, or you can use a couple of small ones, so this is from the allotment as well. Just top and tail it. Now this is soup guys, so you don't have to have any good knife skills or cooking skills, it's all going to get blended up anyway. You take off the skins. And just roughly chop the onions then. Like I said, it doesn't have to be all the same size or any particular size, just roughly chop them up. They will get blended. Push them to one side. And now the garlic. So again, just taking off the skins. You can leave the skins on these if you want. We just take them off. So again, top and tail in. Okay, now I like to bash them. I just find it easier to chop and then again just roughly chop them. Okay, let's get the pan on. Okay, start heating up the pan, and we have it on high to start. Okay, with the cooking oil, just need a little bit of this. I say a little bit, I use quite a lot for what it was for, but a bit of oil. Okay, and straight in with the, okay, you can start cutting up the butternut squash, sorry. Again, with the butternut squash, it doesn't have to be any particular size, just roughly chop them up. Now, the only thing I would say with this is don't chop them too small. You want them roughly all the same size so that they cook evenly, although it's not a major issue if some are bigger than the others and some are small, but we do try and keep them all the same size. But other than that, just roughly chop and into the pan with the onions and the garlic. Now, if you are prepared, guys, unlike me, you can chop up all the butternut squash in one go and then add it all together. Now, this soup doesn't take long. It only takes about maybe 20 to 30 minutes to do. Once you've got all the prep done, it doesn't take long at all. What we're going to do is we're going to cook the butternut squash and the onions and the garlic for about 10 minutes just to soften up the butternut squash in total, so it's at 10 minutes roughly. Chuck it all in and just give it a stir every now and again, and just keep it on that sort of high heat as well. Nice and easy so far, apart from my knife skills. Okay, once all your butternut squash is in, give it a stir and add some salt, a couple of grinds of the salt and some pepper again. Now you can always add more salt and pepper at the end to taste. Okay, we've had the water boiling, so into a jug goes 1 stock cube. And you want to, at this stage, you want to add about 500 to 600 ml of boiling water to it. Now, I say at this stage, we will, depending on how thick you like it, your soup, it depends how much more water you add later. But as a sort of, at the moment, we just add the 500 to 600 ml. That's more than enough. And what I tend to do then, give the pumpkins another little stir, not pumpkins, butternut squash. I will get this right by the end of the video, guys. Just keep stirring them to let them soften up a bit. Okay, and give the stock cube a stir in the water. Now, I had this is when I had the second one as well. Again, depending on your taste, these are chicken stock cubes. I always use 2 though. And again, give it a stir. Okay, now for the spices. Okay, so we want 1 teaspoon of cumin. I say 1 teaspoon, it's roughly, I always do it over, you always get a bit more or a bit less. Doesn't really matter, guys. Okay, so we want 1 teaspoon of ginger, brand new ginger. Can use fresh ginger, but it's just easier to use the powder. And if you're growing your own, why wouldn't you use your own ginger? We've got paprika, so again 1 teaspoon of paprika. You can always add more if you want more spices at the end, guys, it's not an issue. And 1 teaspoon of turmeric. Once you've added all that, give it another stir. So that's about 10 minutes in, guys. You want to add the spices. Once the butternut squash is softened a bit, you can just start to caramelise. Sorry, you'll have to excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold. Leave that for a couple more minutes, and after a few minutes, add the stock cube. Now what you want to do is bring this to the boil now, and then let it simmer. And you want to let it simmer for about 5 or 6 minutes. Here it is, 5 or 6 minutes later, simmering away, and turn it off and let it cool down. Don't have to be really cool, but just let it cool down. And then with your blender, just get stuck in, blending away. It should all be cooked and soft enough now as well. What you'll notice is this will really thicken up really quickly. It takes a little bit of time, but just take your time and it will get there. Give it a little stir. As you can see, this is really thick, so at this stage we'll add a little bit more water, and again it's to your preference. If you want it really watery, add as much water as you like we like it quite thick, so you can dip your nice chunky bread into it, and it's almost like a puree consistency, but just keep working it in and obviously keep blending it. And then if you like it smooth, blend away. Like it a little bit chunky, have it a bit chunky. That's still too thick. Okay, as you can see, it does still look quite thick, but that's not too bad at all. And all you're going to do is keep it on the heat for another couple of minutes. It's beautiful now, look how shiny it is. Okay, you want to get a handful of coriander. Now, we didn't have any coriander at the allotment, so we ran out and bought some, but if you've got some again growing, use it. And just finely chop the coriander. Now, if you're not a big fan of coriander, use a little bit less. I quite like it myself, so I like to use a good handful. Once it's finely chopped, add it to the pot. Now just be careful as well at this stage, guys. The soup does tend to explode a bit when it's been heated up. That's why you've got the lid on. As you can see on the lid, there's a lot of splurges where it's come up. And give that a good stir, and that's pretty much ready. Taste it, see what you think. Add some more salt and pepper if you think it needs it. But that's pretty much done. All we do now is serve in a bowl. You'll see how thick it is as well. That is beautiful. Like I said, it's Moroccan spiced butternut squash soup. And this will really fill you up. That's it, guys. Spiced Moroccan butternut squash soup. It's great, honestly is. Give it a go, see what you think. Drop me a comment as well, let me know what you thought of the video and what you think of the soup if you give it a go as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Cheers, guys.